Oh, like this. So take it down.
Yeah, turn it off.
You can just move away there.
Got me trying.
Yeah, that's way better. Chill like you got it.
You got it, Justin. You got that deal, Justin. Sound like you got it.
Make it so. Call Joy back up. Make it so I can. For a miracle.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Lord, you promise peace for those whose hearts rest in you. So today I ask that my peace not be taken and my joy not be shaken. It's your girl Tamara Fair on the air, and I'm proudly posted on this day after Martin Luther King's holiday with the Brunch Bunches. What's up, y'all? Woo! Okay, yeah, y'all got to get some better clapping than that. Like literally. Literally, I had the longest weekend and it was fantastic. I did you all see my interview with Martin Luther King on Instagram and Facebook?
I did not.
Yeah, well, you got to go look at it. He dropped some jewels. He dropped some jewels. For those of you who are looking for the interview, go on Tammy T Fair on Instagram. And of course, Tamara Fair on Facebook. We got a great show for you today. It's Community Chatter and Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. I just told you something good. Now I want you to share it. Tell your neighbor something good. But don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390.
Hey, it's your main man, Action Jackson, and let me put you on to where I get my style right. GQ Gentlemen, located at 7149 South State Street, right here in Chicago. Whether it's for church, prom, weddings, or galas, GQ Gentlemen has the suits that keep me looking sharp and feeling confident. Need that perfect fit? Call them at 773-966-4383. That's 773-966-4383.
I'll tell y'all.
Action Jackson sent you.
I'm State Representative LaShawn K. Ford.
And I'm Lester Barclay, Honorary Consul of Jamaica. Jamaica needs your help. Hurricane Melissa has devastated our island.
Donate online at myjack.org. That's myjack, MIJAC.org. Or drop supplies at Channel Community Center or Agape Kingdom Generation Church in Skokie. One Jamaica, one Midwest.
What we're looking back at?
2016. A lot of people my age, a little bit older, and maybe a little bit younger, have
Yeah, I text them. And I will answer.
It's just funny for me because I remember when 2016 happened, nobody was hyping it up like that. As a matter of fact, people were saying it was
hey y'all, what's up? You know what? Today I'm going to turn this put it this way so you can see the whole. You see Adam?
I was there.
The whole studio today. Because you know what people have been showing me? All I see is you, Tamara.
For seniors and families.
Like it's my Instagram.
That's why you
rely on it and strictly Medicaid, so no family is forced to choose between medicine.
Tell me, Brandon.
I will stand up to the
Hey,
challenge
beautiful
to
back.
keep
I love it.
I am Sean Coppola.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Your vote on March 17th. Thank you. Paid for it.
March 17th. That is midterms here in Illinois.
I understand nostalgia. I just don't understand that nostalgia.
February.
Is by getting your message covered. So there's no better place to write here on Brunch Bunch.
Okay, so I want you to change that live tie tribute to God's Got a Blessing, Norman Hutchins.
Your business can gain exposure.
You got about a minute.
Connect with our community. And even be featured as a special guest on the
I
show.
don't have crazy nostalgia for
Don't wait.
2016.
Call us today at
There's some stuff that happened that year. It was a great year for a lot of stuff, but like
345
some SoundCloud era.
Brunch Bunch.
Here you go.
SoundCloud era peaked in like 2017. 16 was peak.
We got 45.
In a crash and lose cash.
Did you get my? Did you send him my response?
773-789.
I did. That's when you sent me the info because it's email.
Attorney Flanagan has settled millions of dollars in cases for car
30
crashes,
seconds.
truck cases, slip and falls, medical malpractice, police misconduct, and more. No one wants to be injured, but if you are, make the best of it. Call Chicago's #1 accident
I
attorney,
love that
concentrating
sweatshirt.
in serious injuries, wrongful death, and medical malpractice. Flanagan Injury Law Group.
I know. I got one. I get it
Right,
tomorrow.
we about to go in 15.
Hey y'all, what's happening, Facebook?
Call us at 773-789.
I'd smash. Oh, I think these are spoofs. I think these. I'd smash. I love it. Those real people.
Oh man, that's yeah.
So you know, I have been told that this guy is the funniest guy on the internet. Drewski's latest skit parodies Black mega church culture. Well, in the latest viral sketch, comedian Drewski, the social media personality who has, might I add, 11.2 million followers, is known for pushing cultural buttons with sharp satire. Turns his comedic lens on prosperity-style mega church culture. Sound familiar, believers? Well, sparking a wide range debate online about faith, money, and religious performance. In the video, Drewski assumes the role of an exaggerated pastor as a fictional collect and praise ministries, complete with dramatic stage and smoke machines, designer clothes. All he's missing is getting robbed in front of the church, right? Suspended above the congregation, he dons Christian Dior, Christian Louboutin, while imploring worshipers to give money and make donations, including over-the-top appeal to raise $4 million for an initiative in Zimbabwe. Well, at one point, he dismisses a man seeking prayer simply because he didn't tithe, telling him to get off my car before departing in his luxury vehicle. Well, all underscoring the parody's focus on spectacle and wealth accumulation rather than spiritual substance. Well, reactions have been sharply divided. Some viewers were offended, arguing that the skit amounts to mockery of sacred traditions and expressing disappointment that a comedian would lampoon what they see as holy institutions and leaders. Others defended Drewski's work as a reflection of real concerns, suggesting the parody highlights ways in which some modern megachurches have leaned into commercialization, entertainment-driven services, and ostentatious displays rather than grounding the congregation in core spiritual values and actually rooted in scripture and biblical trends. So among the voices weighing in was Grammy-winning artist Lecrae. Now, you know, we play a lot of Lecrae here on this station, and we love Lecrae, and who said that he wasn't offended by the skit, but saw it was exposing issues already present in parts of church culture. He emphasized that Drewski's humor resonates because it mirrors behaviors people have observed. Wolves in the pulpit, very appropriately coined, and theatrics for attention and money, and leaders prioritizing status or wealth rather than prioritizing the word of God. Well, Lecrae urged that such concerns should prompt internal reflection and accountability within church communities rather than outright rejection of comedy as irrelevant, and suggesting that the video could help some distinguish between unhealthy practices and genuine faith communities. Well, ultimately, the sketch has become more than just a comedic take. It's opened a broader conversation about how some faith communities balance cultural influence, financial stewardship, and spiritual authenticity, with audiences using the moment to both critique and defend traditions within Black megachurch culture. And it's not just Black megachurches, it's all megachurches that actually have. I have actually seen pastors raising money for their plane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about their jet and defending it. I'm not saying that you don't have a mission to go over into other countries.
Correct.
I'm saying that there are planes that can take you that without you having to have your own jet. And I know some pastors that have their jet. Nothing wrong with it, as long as your mission and your priority is still rooted and your core principles are rooted in the word of God. Some have forgotten that. And so when you talk about wealth building ministries, And that's great because the Lord has promised a life abundantly. Now, that can be interpreted in different amounts of ways because a lot of people measure success differently. It doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It could be health, could be your measurement of success. It could be a blend of such. It could be family. It's a lot of things that measure success and happiness. And so if it's not tied to happiness, then maybe that might not be a modicum for success, right? But I love the fact that he is putting this highlight on it. And I would be interested in finding out the stats as to how many people ridiculed it and if they too were mega church prosperity seekers.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great?
I would love to see that.
Well, then that's a task.
Okay, I got a new homework assignment.
Yeah, you got a new homework assignment because, a lot of people, and especially when you're giving your last and your tithing, and then you go and ask the church for assistance because you have given your last and you figure that it will come back to you tenfold, because the Bible tells you when you give, it comes back to you tenfold, right? It doesn't say when it's going to come back to you tenfold. So if it doesn't come back to you tenfold before your mortgage is due or your rent is due, you're in a bit of a pickle. Yeah. So, those are the things that we have to be very observant about. And I say observant because all of that information came from the Observer. Yeah. But you can go on Drewski's page and you can actually see some of his content, because I think it is catching on. Like I said, 11.4 million views. I mean, not views, followers. That's no easy task. Right. And to maintain them, that's no easy task. With my little 100,000, I'm like paling in comparison. However, I don't go on social media all that much. However, when you do and you have something to say and people want to listen, I think this is very opening conversations as to where are we going as church and believers, and where do we need to stop going.
And I asked the question too, what position does social media have in church and in faith in general, right? Because Drewski got up there, he made all of us laugh, right? Yeah. But faith in church isn't always a laughing matter, right? And at this point, a lot of the churches are going, hey, do we follow Drewski's lead, or do we say, hey, we condemn this kind of behavior? You guys are making a mockery of service. Where do we stand at, as Christians and people part of the church when it comes to social media? Because the motivations that people have between putting things on social media is not the same motivations that people, the source of the actions in church.
Absolutely.
Right. And a lot of times, we can do things that are against our church values for social media, right? Yeah. And so at what point is too much?
But I think motivation is what the key word is right there too, because as a Christian, I didn't look at that as disrespect for anything. His motivation, I think, was to clown the greed and those that their heart isn't in the right place. So that who he's clowning in these skits, or in the skit. So I think his heart was in the right place too, because he's trying to expose like the bad side of all that.
What I would like to see is after this skit comes out, after everybody sees it and laughs, who goes to church on Sunday morning and sees their pastor maybe being a little bit theatrical and now looking at the entire situation a little different, right? I mean, at the end of the day,
the shoe fits though.
Everybody in church does have their phone right next to them. A lot of people are video recording church. If you record what Drewski did and record what your preacher did on Sunday, a lot of people will say, yo, this is a similar situation. So like I said, where does social media stand in when it comes to faith in church? Is this something that a tool we should use, or is it something that, maybe we should push away from, because it is going to change the values and the foundation of the church?
But you also have to understand who Drewski is as just a content creator, entertainer first. Before you watch all this, you kind of have to put your feelings to the side a little bit, knowing he is a comedian, knowing he's going to poke fun at stuff, and it is made for laughing. It's not, sure, we can have these deeper discussions, but he's not thinking about it.
But I think that it has sparked a deeper discussion.
Definitely.
It's definitely just, and I think that pastors need to weigh in on it, and parishioners. Well, that's Catholic. It doesn't matter what church you go to, but congregation as a whole need to weigh in on it and decide, to Jarrell's point, where does social media stop and where does the pulpit start?
So the lines don't kind of get blurred.
Exactly. Yeah. But I think too that Drewski has the right to spoof whatever he wants to, but hats off to him to actually taking that on, because the gospel community is very small, very tight-knit, and very quick to come and condemn you because of whatever it is you have said. So Pastor Mike Todd breaks his silence on Drewski's viral mega church skit that everyone thinks is about him. right? So the internet exploded when the comedian Drewski, of course, we've already talked about, he's now gone viral with this parody skit of the mega church on social media portraying the pastor flying down from the ceiling, wearing designer drip and doing the worm on stage, no doubt. Drewski received nearly 8 million likes and close to 70,000 comments from the viewers on TikTok. Now, to your point, Jarrell, when is enough enough? This is way too much.
She said lock the doors.
Lock the doors. Like literally.
4 million today.
but that's only a parody of things that actually
Of
go
course.
on in the church every day, right? And at the end of the day,
That's
like
good
I said,
comedy.
it's good comedy,
Yeah.
but is it good for service?
Well, if you get that $4 million,
That's great for the
like if
service.
you fly from the sky like Beyonce did in her concert, and you can get $4 million, other pastors will actually mimic that in your designer. But still, to the core point, is that too much? And what are you going to do with that $4 million? If you're gonna burn your mortgage, that's one thing. But what are you gonna do for your congregation?
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's something to think about. It's food for thought, something to make you go, Y'all don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. I think this is hacked. So, to my house, man. What's up, guys? Tony Bear. You said the church is a whole production. Hi, my father. What's up, Brazil? I can do my heart better now. Hey, you are absolutely right. Hey, Zion, I missed you. I didn't see you.
Drewski was making a parody.
You met my cousins?
But if he never said it was a parody,
the
he
book
could
is on the
100%
table.
be
It's so funny. I was thinking
if he
about that
never
this
said
morning.
it was a joke,
The book is
he
on
could
the
have
table.
500
The
people at his
pastor is
church
flying
instead.
in the air.
You see what I'm saying?
Could have been.
And as much as the people in there was being extras and they was acting, like it don't look that much different from real service, bro. He could have had a 5,000 person service and just never said it was a joke.
What did you say?
His brand is could have been congregation.
Well, that's what
People
Drewski
line up for that. Like
They
every
would
time
line
you go
up
to a
for
city,
that.
people
They
line up
pack
on the
it
block.
out.
It's the new making a band. It's the new American Idol.
It's literally that. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I was looking for you. I saw Marshall at the fundraiser that Shanita gave, and I was looking for you. He said you were in the car. I was like, is that like Frank Nitti was in the car? You know, Frank Nitti was one of the it's probably way before your time, Untouchables, and he threw him out the window, and he was like, he's in the car. I was like, go check on him. Anyway, it's so great to see you guys. Tony, you had some good commentary. Hey, Greg Bell 20. I am definitely your Tammy, Tony Bear. What's up? Uh-oh. So Tanya has weighed in. She said he has the pastors in a frenzy. She is not lying. But you know what? If you flying in, what is that? Are you depicting that you're an angel? It's extra. Now that's a good one. It's extra.
It's entertainment value, bro. And that's the reality. The church is entertainment nowadays, bro.
4 million in one church service, you're gonna have to put
I'm saying though, bro, if your church is down right now, you might want to fly in, bro.
Or you might want to start talking about something that's really helping people. You flying in, I don't know.
Yeah, I think you got your
I
priorities.
don't know, man. Bro, that's what the new church is, though, bro. And if you want to draw members, I can't compete with him flying in.
No, you just gotta get a better
It's Sunday.
band.
It's one Sunday morning, bro.
You got a helicopter in.
Start with a better band.
It's one Sunday morning, bro.
Better band.
It's one Sunday morning, bro.
Really
only get
But at the Jehovah's Witness Kingdom Hall,
Bro.
they don't have any singing. I mean, they don't have any. They don't have any choirs. No, they don't have silence. But they don't have choirs. You sing yourself. The congregation sings because they say church has become a production, and it's taking the focus off the true word of God. So
I only feel God when music is playing. To be true, like in
you're the only one, bro.
That's the only time I really feel the Holy Spirit.
So Tony says, well, why are the pastors so upset?
Yeah, I said
It's got to hit a chord.
If the shoe fits.
If a kick dog will holler. Exactly. If the shoe fits.
That somebody's feelings about looking at somebody else and kind of relating to it, you can't be mad at that.
Bring the choir back. Where did you see my friend yesterday, DJ Bilo? Who's my friend? You're my friend. Huh?
One Jamaica, one Midwest.
One Jamaica, one Midwest. Hey guys, listen. I thought that the donations that went to Jamaica had already gone. No, they haven't gone. 3 huge trucks this week. 3 huge trucks, $3 million worth of inventory sending over to like semi trucks. I thought it had gone. Anyway, we're going to host a press conference. I will announce it on the Brunch Bunch when the press conference will be, and I want you guys to tune in and share it. The question, though, is why are the pastors so upset? Why would a pastor be so upset about that? If it's not relevant to you, if it's not mocking you, then
honestly, he wasn't like mocking, like he wasn't saying scripture, he wasn't mocking faith at all.
Not him. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about why would the pastors be so upset? Not Drewski.
Well, I'm saying like maybe that's the reason the pastor's upset, because he's mocking scripture.
A lot of people framed it as he was mocking church in general.
Let me see what he did.
It's really something.
Look at my dad after my. See you later. I'm going to the beach now.
He's just holding them accountable. That's what
Yeah, exactly.
He's holding them accountable because y'all be doing too much. And it's cracking it up.
I cannot.
Wait till he
That's
starts
his
talking.
deal. Wanda.
That's how the police don't.
And wait. I can't take it. Not collecting praise.
The Leaders Network has partnered with Great Lakes Credit Union to increase access to financial services.
45 seconds.
I can't.
That's why we created Leaders Network Financial in partnership with Great Lakes Credit Union, a community-driven, member-owned credit union where people come first. Enjoy high-yield checking, lower loan rates, and resources for home ownership, down payment assistance, and business banking solutions that work for you. Call us today at 773.
He said that with a straight face in his Dior and Louboutin.
So we can connect you with a personal bank and help you get started.
Ain't nobody leaving.
ICE might be a million itself.
So open the door for Winona.
Leaders Network Financial in partnership with Great Lakes Credit Union.
Did he crip one?
Not profits.
Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
Believers, this is your gospel brother Jarrell, and let me tell you what's going on. As CPS grapples with the absenteeism crisis, a new study shows that what may help. Chicago Public Schools is facing a deepening absenteeism crisis with a chronic absence. Students missing at least 10% of the school year continuing to be a major concern of educators, families, and policymakers. A new study from the University of Chicago's Consortium on School Research highlights both of the scale of the problem and some promising directions for improvement. The research makes an important point. Absenteeism isn't just a number on a report card. It has real consequences for students' learning and long-term success. Schools where attendance remained stronger and reported that students felt safer, more connected to the teachers and peers, and more academically engaged. These positive school climate factors appear to play a central role in encouraging students to show up regularly. Conversely, students who are disconnected, disengaged, or unsafe are more likely to miss school, and their academic outcomes suffer as a result. What's notable about the findings is the difference in attendance between schools aren't just explained by neighborhood conditions or student demographics. Instead, school climate factors like weather, students feeling safe and connected make a measurable difference even among schools serving similar populations. That suggests that school levels efforts to strengthen relationships and engagement could make meaningful differences, even in communities where external challenges are significant. Researchers acknowledge that the schools are not the sole solution to chronic absenteeism. Factors like neighborhood safety, transportation access, and economic stability also plays a role. But the study's findings reinforce that schools have considerable agencies to improve attendance by fostering safe, welcoming environments where students feel seen and supported. That human element, positive relationships between students and educators, may be one of the strongest levers for reducing absenteeism and boosting learning outcomes in Chicago public schools.
Not only that, they didn't talk about the gangs and that factor, because you talk about safety, but let's be very specific. So many Black males do not go to school, and even females now, because they're recruiting females just as aggressively as they're recruiting males into these gangs. But I'm gonna tell you, in Chicago, that should be factored in, that you're going to have X amount of days that you're not coming, because it's bone chilling cold outside right now. And if we didn't have guests, I probably wouldn't be in the studio today. I might, like, literally, because sometimes, and you think about, some kids don't have the kind of like gear that they need in order to be warm enough to walk to school, depending on how far it is, or even get on the bus to school, because you're still waiting on the bus to come, right? And in that waiting, you got bitter cold, bone biting cold like factors. Like when summer comes this time, I'm gonna hug her, I'm gonna grab her hair, and I'm gonna let her know just how important she is to me, because I have really been remiss in letting Summer know how important she is.
Yeah. As far as the Chicago public school situation, man, I think that we do need to get these students back into school as much as possible. Like you said, we do have, the problems that we do have, and we do need to factor in a certain amount of days for the cold and things like that.
Yeah.
But there's so many situations that happen when kids are not in school. I mean, we've seen the situations during the pandemic where kids weren't going to school, and I mean, every rate that could be up was up. Right?
Yeah, every rate.
So I think kids going to school a lot of times,
except for learning, the learning rate was way down.
Exactly. And I lost family members during that time period. So for me, like, kids being in school, that keeps you out of so much trouble. It'll keep you around like a learning environment. It'll keep you around your smart friends. You know what I mean? Like, because we all got our neighborhood friends and we got our school friends.
Yeah.
So you can stick around your school friends as much as possible. Like, that might be the difference.
But I think parents really do want kids to go to school, because that's really where they get their meals from, by and large, in a lot of neighborhoods, especially your at-risk neighborhoods. And you getting breakfast, lunch, and an evening snack, and then parents' responsibility is for dinner. And so it really does help with the parents' economy too, because they're not having to pay, except for on the weekends, they're not having to deal with breakfast and lunch, right?
And I think that's what the CPS is saying, that it's not the children, right? It is the parents' responsibility to make sure that their kids are going to school every day and things like that. So I think this is really a call to action for the parents more than anything.
Yeah, I agree. Well, you know what, parents, you heard it. It's time to take action. Get your kids up just a little bit early if you can, and get them to school. But the other thing too is, on the first day of school, a lot of people don't realize this, but on the first day of school, it is important, because that's where they determine what the funding factor is going to be, depending on the attendance. But the second day might have some impact too. Now things are changing around here every day. We wake up to a new America and a new Chicago. But you know what's not new? God is the same God he was yesterday, today, and forever. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're going to come right back with Community Chatter, and it's going to be blazing today. It's Inspiration 1390. Hey, Alice Steele. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Facebook, what's happening? Oh my God, I cannot believe Staying in Your Lane is not on. Oh, because I think she's on. She's on. She must be. Huh? I know, she's not on today. I get ready. Your blessings. Get ready for your miracle. Get ready for your blessing. Yeah, because you can hear the music outside. We got soundproof doors.
I know you've been hurting deep down inside. Let me encourage you.
It's gonna be alright.
Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing. You keep holding on.
So get ready. Get ready. Hey. No, I'm on a break. Hey, girl. What's going on, Renita?
Hey, good morning.
For your miracle. It could be morning. For your bless. Oh, I got a check. Yes. I'm kidding.
This one doesn't ring. That's why it's my secondary.
I like your hair. Thank you. God's got a blessing. Yeah. Yes, real cute. God's got a blessing. Hey, Jelly, what's going on? You said, who are my friends though, DJ Below? What's up, Toby? US, thank you so much for joining. We got a treat for you guys today. We got a great author in the building. You probably know him as soon as I say his name, or as soon as Winona says his name. You, here we go.
No, it's not that. It's just song.
Oh.
It's from above.
Right here.
I feel the good. It's something on the chocolate. If you feel me, everybody throw your hands up and say,
Cut it. Fade it. You ready, Winona?
Mm-hmm.
Give her a minute.
Okay.
And then cut it.
I'll say an interview. Thank you.
I feel the grace. I don't deserve it.
Thank you.
The only DY, what's up? Oh, that's so cute. I love that. Jelly. Oh my God, yay! You know, I'm a high energy, octane person, so I really love high energy. Y'all throw them hearts up for me. You know I love the hearts.
She did it, but she did it. She had a different thought.
Ready?
Hi there, it's Winona Redmond. It's time to win because it's time for Community Chatter. Brought to you by Win-Win Communications.
And once again, we've got the great Winona Redmond right here in the studio on Community Chatter. And every single time she comes in, she brings somebody new and fabulous. She did not fail today. Winona, what's up?
Hey there, Tammy.
Hold on, we didn't give you your big round of applause. What's up, Winona?
Oh, thank you. Boy, it's 2026.
Yes.
There are so many people that did not make it out of 2025. We've had back-to-back funerals. So we don't take today for granted. So we definitely say this is the day the Lord has made. And we are glad and rejoicing.
Yes, we are.
And I tell you, I've just been sentimental this January and the whole piece with Martin Luther King.
Did you see my interview with him on? Yes, girl, you gotta go see it.
I gotta go see the interview. When was this interview?
Don't worry about that. Just go see it.
Okay, but you know, if the Lord says the same, 2026, I'll be 60. So I kicked off celebrating the year 60 with my classmates, Jonathan Jackson and Santita Jackson. Jonathan celebrated his 60th birthday, and Santita Jonathan, we all went to Whitney Young together with Michelle Obama. And what I love about the Jackson family, whenever I think of MLK, I think of history that I've gotten to know personally with the Reverend Jesse Lewis Jackson and his family. Wonderful family. And in Chicago, we celebrate the holiday like no other because he is the last survivor of the whole King King legacy. And what I love, when Jonathan had his 60th birthday party, there's stair steps, him, Santita Jackson, and Jonathan and Jesse Jr. And Jesse Jr. and Jonathan are both 60 for 2 months. I kicked off celebrating my 60th birthday with Jonathan. And if the Lord says the same, June 4th, 2026 will be 60.
Okay, Gemini, you better come through.
But Gemini, are you Gemini, Carl? What's your birthday?
14th of June.
14th of June. Smart people. And
June 10th. Yes.
Okay, we got all the people that are here. But June 6th. That's why Gemini power. But when we look at Chicago, I don't think, aside from the bear down disappointment, we still had some winning comebacks. But Friday, the mayor's event, and yesterday the Rainbow Push event, and events all over the city of Chicago, service days. But I think Chicago is the place to be when you celebrate that history. So the mayor had a wonderful breakfast on Friday. Yesterday, Rainbow Push had their Push Excel breakfast. That's C.K. Hoffler, who has been the attorney for Rainbow Push, and Reverend Jackson, and a board chair, was in town. And then on Friday, they honored our Shiro. Jackie Jackson is my Shiro, has always been. And the fact that she was awarded by the mayor, it just set the tone for
and
the
I heard
year.
that Kamala Harris was there too.
Kamala Harris, our vice president, was there, and she had a word.
Of
She
course.
had a message, and just history makers. The first.
And you know what, Winona? Speaking of a word, I see that you have brought the famous, illustrious Carl West in the
Oh
building,
yes,
who has not only a word, but he's put all of his words in a book.
Carl has a book, and you know the one thing, Carl and I are over 30-year colleagues. We'll stop at 30.
30 is a good number.
But I wanted to invite Carl West because he could be co-host and everything else. But he has been a journalist, setting the tone for many years. And Carl chairs numerous organizations, but he also leads the media group for the Illinois Black Chamber of Commerce with Larry Ivory. And his new book is.
We wanted people to be able to see you and not your hand.
Okay. And okay, the new book is The Support System, who will help what is this? Who will help guide them. I know that the power of mentoring, but Carl, what I do know about Carl, he's a journalist. He tells it like it is. He got everybody on their toes. But what I've seen Carl do is melt when it comes to being a daddy. He's a girl dad. But Carl, welcome. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Thank you.
I'm gonna let you introduce yourself because
you just said everything, and that's my name, Carl West.
Mm-hmm. But come on, introduce yourself. You are a fellow journalist.
I'm a fellow makeshift journalist. That means I'm not trained professionally, but I put myself through the rigorous training, self-taught to be a journalist. And actually, I'm also, which a lot of times people forget when they say I'm a journalist, which I accept that, but I'm a business owner. I own the media company in which I write my own works of words, which I call them.
And that's MG Media.
And that's MG Media.
Yes.
And I've published several magazines over the last 25 years. When I left college, I started my first magazine called The Truth. It was my hip hop version of Jet magazine. So it looked just like Jet, except I covered hip hop. And then what folks don't know of this young age here is that I've done the only Chicago Hip Hop Awards. I did it for
That's
10
right.
years.
That's right.
It was called the Truth Awards. I did it from
2000
to 2010.
There's another social media called Truth. I ain't gonna talk about that.
That's Truth Social. I think he got that from me.
I think he did.
But I actually got some of his stock. I couldn't help it. I love investing in stock. So he got a nice stock. So I think he's gonna probably take it public, and I want to be able to cash out on that food.
I know that's right.
But the hip hop awards were in the 90s, weren't they?
I'm sorry, you're right. I'm gonna
be 60. Right. I know some history.
You're right. I started in 98.
Okay.
And I stopped it in 2010. So we did 12 years of the hip hop awards, and I mean it was where Kanye, all of those cats we see today, all came through the award show. Kanye, Common, Twister, Lisa Ray was my first host.
Nice. People look super forward to that.
Remember Tamron Hall was living in Chicago on channel.
She talks about it.
Yep, and she was my first host.
You got to resurrect it.
And no, it's too much for me. Somebody else can do it. Folks always ask me that, but I was just like, no. I want to leave it where it's at, bury it, and let somebody else start a new one and do it. I mean, it was something else. It was an amazing.
Well, speaking of new, you switched lanes now. You're an author.
Yeah.
I know you're a dad, and that's what's inspired you to become this author. Am I correct?
What inspired me is not being a dad. I mean, that's inspiration for life for me. Yes. I live to be a dad. I live to make sure I create a legacy for my daughter, and so that she won't have to struggle and work as hard as I did to get to a point. She'll have some help. She'll have some leeway, which I believe that all men who are fathers should do is to create a legacy, build something so that your children can have an easier life than you. So
That's
y'all
in the
remember that.
Bible somewhere,
I
ain't
see
it?
3 men in this room. So when y'all get ready to have fathers, I'm sorry, have daughters, think about the long term effect of what y'all will provide and give to y'all children as time move on. You want to make life easier for them. And I've been blessed. You know why? Not that I have a great daughter, and me and her mom are the best of friends. We've always had a great relationship. She's married, and we all hang out together. Me and her husband, good friends. But my daughter did something that really said something about me. And like all of us, right? We all have that downside. We all have the other side of us. That we got people that praise you and people that hate critique you, whatever you want to call it. And
Yeah, haters.
I stopped taking critique a long time ago when I realized that I did something special. And when you realize you did something special, you do something special, it's like, well, what can you critique me on unless you've done equal or greater than?
Okay.
You can't critique me unless you've done equal or greater than what I've accomplished. If you done less than what I've done, you can't talk to me.
But you're a fighter. You're not easy to critique anyway.
Absolutely.
So what did your daughter say you did?
My daughter got married, right? She was in school. She came home, said, I'm getting married. I was like, oh, wow. Okay. Didn't really like it that way, but I got a chance to meet the young man, an incredible young man. I got lucky because I was always concerned about that, like any father of a daughter. She gonna bring home some sagging pants hanging, dope smoking dude that's gonna make her go against me and everything I've taught her. But that's not the case. Great dude, love him to death, great. But her mom asked her, why did you choose him? He reminds me of my dad.
Whoa.
When she said that, her mom called and told me that, I said, I can die right now. Because truly, that's what you live for when you have children, that they will take pieces of you to help build themselves. And not only that, as a woman, as a young lady, she found a man that was going to be equal or greater than me.
Okay. They always say that your father, that you're training your daughters on how they should be treated. Mm-hmm. That you're training your daughters on how they should be treated.
And this man, he does something that I don't even do for women. I'm sorry, I don't mean to do it. Not regularly. I mean, he does it without fail. Open the door, takes her coat off.
I love him
all the time. He's only 20. When they got married, he was 21 and she was 20, and he's been doing it ever since.
Now, how old is your daughter now?
She's 24 now.
I remember when you did the hip hop awards, you had like the baby on the hip.
Have on my hip on the stage. Yep.
He would take the baby on the stage with him, and now she's a grown young lady, married grown young lady.
Grow your child up in the way you want them to.
And so there are, you cover everything. And truth be told, you're outspoken, but you have a book. We'll come back to media coverage and politics. But I was just so impressed that a lot of people say I'm writing a book. But look up, and he announced I wrote a book. So now tell us about the support system. And I know that this comes from being a proud dad. And
it comes from that picture. Let me tell you about that picture on that cover. It's the proudest moment for me. And you have to look deep into what it stands for, right? And that is me and her was in the theater one day going to the movies, and somebody took that picture over 10 to 12 years ago, and they sent it to me. And I knew at that point when they sent it to me, I said, that's going to be a cover of a book one day. That's what I said.
This reminded me of the hip hop awards, because I remember you taking your baby out with the hip hop awards.
And I said, that's going to be a cover of my book one day. I don't know what the book is going to be, but it's going to be a cover of my book because of the innocence, me hugging her, and the book says it all. Who would help guide her? Who would help guide them? And the answer is me.
Mm-hmm. And all the subjects you could have written about. I mean, all the politics you've covered, all of the, corporate good and bad stories. But you wrote a story on mentorship, and why? Tell us what's in the book.
Because what's important to me is that we have to transform the next generation of leaders. And how do you do that? Through mentorship. You've been mentoring. We all are mentors. Every intern you bring into you, and you've had so many mentors, so many interns. Those are mentees. You are mentoring them on how to be in this particular space, in this profession, how to be good people, how to be professional. You are mentoring them. We all have to play a role in that if we
That's the
want to
measure of
succeed.
our
That's the
success.
measure of our success.
Not us, but others.
And others. And I saw, so growing up in the hood, 3 cats changed my life.
I want to hear your
3
mentors.
older men changed my life.
Who were your
I was
mentors?
11 to 12 years old. Let me tell you the story real quick. I was on my way down the wrong path, hanging with some cats, trying to be cool. And these 3 brothers, older brothers, tapped me repeatedly and say, Carl, what are you doing? What are you doing? Every time they saw me with these cats, they would pull me to the side. What are you doing? They didn't even pull them. It's about 6 of them. They said, it was something about you. We didn't think you should be there. So they pulled me to the side and they did it. And then they told the cats, don't leave Carl alone. Leave him alone. Don't mess with him. And they listened to him because they was older. And so
that was a mentoring moment right there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So you growing up, now I'm growing up, and you get these phone calls from your hood. Hey man, so and so died. Hey, so and so got killed. So and so got killed. I got it to be about 20 to 24 years old. I looked up and said, wait a minute.
They all gone.
All of them are gone.
Or
all
in prison.
6 all dead. All them persons, the 6 people that I was hanging with. And I'm gonna tell you what we was doing. At that time, remember the pull-out radios. We used to break in the garages and take the pull-out radios out and sell them. And that was the time. Y'all ain't never heard that, young brother. We had pull-out radios back in the days. That's how they prevented people from staking the cars, taking radios, because they would take them out at night
and take them in the house.
Put them in the house, then put them back in. We was breaking the garages, taking them, and all of them got killed because they was doing some type of thievery activity.
So it was
that
6
could have
of
been
them,
me.
Carl?
It could have been me.
So it was actually 7 of you all in
7 total.
And you know what? That's biblical.
Biblical. I believe in that.
The numbers.
And so when that last dude got announced, and I said, wow, that's when I said, I got to do for young kids what they did for me.
Yes.
Because if they wouldn't have tapped me on my shoulder, and I still stay in contact with those 3 men to this day, 2 live out of state, 1 live here. So if I got to do what they did for me, and that's how the whole mentoring thing. So I've been mentoring quietly forever in schools. Matter of fact, that's how I met Brandon. Remember, Tyra Stamps was
Brandon
a principal.
Johnson was the
she
teacher.
was a principal over at Jenner, and she's one of my best friends. And I used to go over there and mentor, and I used to go into his class because he was a teacher. That's how I met him.
Were you one of the ones that sub for him? Somebody said they used to sub for Brandon.
I just came and was a mentor. Okay. I was just mentoring the kids in his history class.
We always run out of time. So your book costs how much? How do people get it?
$20. You can get it Third World Press Foundation.org.
Haki
Madabuki. That's a blessing. Again, being one of my heroes, and he became a mentor later on in life. So I got
a black press.
The black press.
Not at Amazon. Get quick.
I got 3 mentors who I'm now the chairman of the Black United Fund of Illinois, Buffy. And Henry English was a mentor of mine. He became a mentor as my older years. So I'm actually in the space with the men who raised me and made me who I am today. To be in their space, to be the chairman of his organization, Henry English, who died some years ago in a car accident, and now to have Haki Madabuki publishing my book. You're talking about a brother couldn't ask for a better way to live his life on the back end. And I call it the back end because I got a few more years, but that's why the book is important for y'all to back, because y'all gonna retire me on that book.
I know that's right. So Carl, just really quickly, for someone who's listening right now, what's one way that they can start reframing their own narrative toward hope and possibility? Because I understand that that's what the theme is strained throughout this entire book.
And that's why I made the book in a frame. That's why I made the frame. What it says on the back, framing the narrative. On the back of the book, it says framing the narrative.
Yes, it does. And there's a frame on the cover.
Yep, frame on the cover. And that was all intentional because we are a snapshot of life. We all have to create these snapshots that we want our next generation to see. We have to frame our lives. What do we have on walls? We have pictures of famous people on our walls in frames. We got to be that. We got to be frames. We got to be pictures and frames on the walls. I always told my daughter this one thing before we close out. She used to put these, she used to love Willow Smith, and then she loved Justin Bieber, and she put their posters on her wall. And I always said to her, you got to define to me what it is about them that will make you put their picture on your wall, one, and then not just celebrate them. You got to now also think about how you're going to be so great that 10 years from now, folks will be putting your picture on their wall.
All right.
That's the way you have to look at it. Don't just celebrate and be in their success and what made them who they are. You should be reaching towards that same goal so that people can 10 years from now put your picture on their wall in a frame.
I love that. Well, you heard it here, guys. That's Mr. Carl West, author of The Support System, who will help guide them, a power of mentoring. And you can get it on thirdworldpressfoundation.org or on Amazon.
You can, but I'd rather you go to Third World
I
Press.
would too, because they don't give you your money on Amazon. You know what, Carl? Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing that with us here on the Brunch Bunch. Winona, another hit.
Black History
Hit
Month.
it out the park, sis. Y'all, we always want to encourage you to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know, a perfect stranger, that you love them, and show someone that you do know how much you love them. Lead with love. Land on love. I love you, Brunch Bunchers.
Love you, Tammy.
Believers, we love you.
you.
Baby Eminem, we love you too. Modi, I love you. Y'all, keep it locked. Up next is AC Green, and stay optimistic. All right, y'all. You heard it. Get this book. Start reframing your lives, especially for your men, your girl dads. This is going to be an excellent. It's easy to handle. You can stick it in your pocketbook. You can stick it in anywhere. Actually, you can stick it in your other pocket.
That was all intentional.
Yes. Okay. You guys, this is an amazing author and an amazing message. You definitely want to go and get it. A Third World Press. All right, we out of here, y'all. Peace. LaShawn, K4. Yes, I saw him too. Hey, Dana. Hey, Donna. Miss you, lovey.